Oh, here, I got an ashtray over here.
Oh, you good?
Yeah, I got one. Hold on.
Hello, Internet. We are
Hold on.
organized and here to please.
Ish.
Ish.
Organization is not a fun
Evening, Sharp Bevel.
Hello, sir.
Hey, man.
Hello.
Motherfucker's in before the cut. He's in here early.
8 minutes, really.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, damn. All right. So, what are we going to talk about this evening?
Well, I figured we do have a wild card on the table, and we do have a not wild card, but everyone's just like, you know, the weight intensifies the
The new ride.
Hello.
You can't see that. Anyway.
Where's Lori? Lori is off learning
She's in
more about
Oregon.
the.
Lori is at, she is at Saracote for advanced, I don't know, you call it advanced, I don't know what you call it.
I think it was the advanced class, right?
Advanced class. Well,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, like, you know, yeah. So Lori is
Advanced
down.
techniques.
Yeah, Larry is
Yeah.
down at the Saracote facility for the next, I think, 4 or 5 days,
Yeah.
give or take.
So we do have a few new people at the table. You know, me, Dakota, Mike. We also have Alistair and our occasional person on the show, Joey. But we're also joined by...
Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
Now an official Northern Knives employee.
Joey.
Works in the custom shop. If you, from here on out, if you get a custom handle, it's probably going to be Joey.
I did this.
Yeah, he did that. Look at it.
Well,
I cut it out of the mill, but he fit it.
We're also joined by Andy.
Yes, pleasure to meet you all.
Yeah. He's a knife enthusiast.
Well, hold on. Introduce yourself and what you actually do.
So actually, I work in the maritime industry, and so I work with mostly foreign flag ships that come here. I got lost, and they found me wandering around behind, and they showed me a knife, and I liked it, so I thought I'd come here and just say nice things about what everyone else has to say.
He came for the cigar video, and we roped him into staying for the knife video.
I know we had to really twist his leg.
No, wait. So there we go. So there's Lori. So technically, she's in Seattle, but she's on her way.
Yeah, she answered her own question
Yeah,
there.
there we go.
Welcome, Josie. Yes, Joey. Can we call you Josie from now on?
I would appreciate it if you didn't.
Thank you, Joey.
You and your pussycat.
You don't want to be on a vacation far away. So we brought out to talk about, depending on how fast this gets going, because we always intend to have topics, and it never works out that way. So we brought out the AMUK, a finished version of the AMUK.
Finished, available version of the
Actually,
AMUK.
this is for sale. We pulled it off the shelf. So we have LMAX and Micarta available now, and we have LMAX and Desert Tan G10 available now. I cut handles all day today, so we're gonna have OD G10. We're gonna have Black G10, and we're also gonna have Cerakoted versions of those with those handles too, and our new leather sheath. So I don't know. Did we go over this before? Where you can change the height. The leather sheath is adjustable. There's also a tension adjuster on it. So we brought that out just because every time we do these live streams, nobody shuts up about the AMUK. So we figured we'd bring one out.
It seems to work pretty well.
And then we are doing a kitchen knife. This is a custom one we're doing for a customer, but we would like to put this into production.
Yeah. What would you call that? Like a modified Santoku or a
Kiritsuke.
Kiritsuke?
As far as I'm concerned, it's a Kiritsuke. I mean, it could be. You can call it. We could round it off and call it a Santoku, but you'd have to shorten it.
I think Kiritsuke for sure.
Yeah. So
we made that out of, what was it?
that one's K110.
K110. What did Rockwell at?
60 exactly.
60 exactly. So this is the preferred kitchen knife of John Wick. Because
Well, no, but
break off
blood's
as you're
acidic, so
pulling
you'd
it
have
out.
to like wipe the blood off every time because otherwise it's gonna rust.
Well, I mean, with as many bodies as he creates, there's enough clothing to kind of wipe
Oh
it
yeah,
off.
there you
right?
go. Yeah.
But I mean, this is a pretty stout self-defense kitchen knife.
Didn't you name it?
El Chefe.
Yeah, the El Chefe.
The El Chefe.
Would this protect me against vegetarian dishes?
If you swing it fast enough, it will.
Because that's very important.
Well, we did titanium and this is maple handles. I get it wrong every
Walnut.
time. Walnut.
Yeah.
That's right. I
I'm like,
call it
that is
maple.
way too dark to be maple.
Yeah. It was super light, and then you guys did
It was
the
light,
beeswax
yeah. Yeah, the
finish, and it
beeswax,
really
yeah.
came down.
I stabilized it, and then he did beeswax and linseed oil on it too.
But overall, it just feels really nice in the hand. I know we had Ryan down here earlier when I was doing pictures, and he's playing with it, and he's like, it just feels so nice. I could stab someone with it.
So
And
svelte.
it was, yeah, it's so svelte. He's sitting down here just maneuvering it around, doing all sorts of maneuvers, and I'm like,
Yeah.
God damn it, Ryan.
Apparently, Josie was a typo, but I don't care.
Is it?
It was funny.
No, I don't know. Like, if you get like an NK shirt, it probably will say Josie. No?
No, we won't do
We're
that
not
to
that
you.
bad.
That's a dick move.
Yeah, it's mean.
Like, oh, like my siblings.
You're home now, Joey.
Oh.
All right. Okay.
So since you're wearing the sweatshirt, I'm going to ask, what was the final score?
5-2.
Was it 5-2? Oh my God! So five points in the first period.
Oh no, it was 3 in the first, 2 in the second.
Oh, 2 in the second.
and then
okay.
they gave up 2 in the third, so it was 5-2
Alright.
at the end.
All right, sorry. Little hockey talk.
So, yeah, I think this is a pretty cool design. Who did the leather on this again?
Dave Johnson, Diamond D. Does
Dave
all of our
Johnson
work.
over at
I know he knows
Diamond
the
D.
answer. This is a little
That's what I was
irritating.
thinking. I was like, okay.
Fuck, I know you know the answer. Just tell them. You don't got to ask me.
I don't know.
I ain't on the spot.
You're Johnny, aren't you?
No.
No, no.
Just
And
say Diamond D did the leather.
So I know you keep calling it a strike saw. I still feel like it's a depth gauge.
That's what most of the
Are
it's
they
been called
spaced
that a
out
lot.
1 inch apart?
I don't know. I designed it 6 years ago. I have it in my 3D rendering app that I use. I don't know.
They're spaced out to be a strike saw. That's all I need to know.
Yeah, I don't remember the exact spacing. It might be right about. I do it all in metric, so it might be right about an inch from the from the center of the circle to the center of the next circle. It might be right about an inch. I don't remember. Like I said, it's been so long ago since I designed it. I can honestly
Well, you
remember.
can just say I'm 3 strike saws deep. 3 strike.
Well, I imagine death is right about there. So
Oh man.
Good evening, Darth Yogi, and good evening, James Hunt.
hello, gentlemen.
Hello.
Thanks for
gentlemen.
joining us. We appreciate it. If anybody has any questions or anything, because it seems like we're very quickly running out of things to say.
Yeah, it's good.
Which is- no shit, this is not normal for us.
Though
We're getting a lot of hellos and not a lot of questions.
I am excited.
We didn't plan anything to talk about, so I'm getting
Oh
freaked
god.
out.
Oh god.
Normally, we're just used to the rapid-fire questions within a few seconds. This time, not so much, but I will say that I am actually pretty excited about this being one of 3DK's first actual dealer order custom knives.
Yeah,
And I think it turned out pretty gosh darn good,
and we made we had an order for 24. We made 27.
just in case there were some flakes.
You know, I mean, you learn the hard way to do that kind of shit.
Mhm.
You know,
And we did end up with, I think, 1 flake and a couple others.
we
that
end
were
up
questionable.
with a single crack, like right about here in one of them.
Yeah.
But out of 27, we got 26 are fully legit, and we got a single crack in the steel on one of them here, which we're going to use them for promos, and we're going to put like natural handles, and we have a micarta variation and shit like that. So
Let's see here. What was the most interesting odd edge you've been requested to sharpen? So like shovels, equipment.
oh god, I've sharpened a ton of shovels. They suck. I mean, like the most interesting odd edge. Oh, a scythe. I get that more often than you think. Like like the
Yeah.
big
Yeah.
scythe.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Those are not easy. Those are not easy to sharpen, and nobody who owns a scythe fucking takes care of it for some reason.
They leave
So
in
it's
the
just-
fields for like a month.
Exactly. So it's this big rusty mess, and like, can you take this rusty crescent moon and make it cut wheat again? I don't know. I can try, but I've had to do quite a lot of those of a scythe, and those are. I kind of hate them and love them all at the same time.
I got asked like for my own like personal sharpening knowledge on this. Do you start like the same way you would like a bird speak, like reverse it, or Just like in a much larger
Well,
fashion. or
okay,
like-
well, so here's the thing. So,
yeah.
so speaking specifically to aside this, you almost always have to start with a Scotch Brite because you have to fucking get all the
shit off
rust.
it.
You have to get all the shit out of the way. And then once you
get
get it all clean, then you can look at the angle of the
Okay,
grind and the way the
yeah.
grind's done.
This is on topic, probably from Chad. Eyeglasses or tortilla cutter
What does that
for
mean?
sharpening. Otto said you've had to sharpen.
Oh, no, shit. Eyeglasses. No, it wasn't me. It was Ryan. Somebody asked Ryan to sharpen the arm on a pair of eyeglasses.
Oh,
So
shit.
So he
just-
could,
Are you fucking serious?
yeah. I've sharpened a pair of collarbones. So like,
Oh, the
Yeah.
so
For sure.
that's a steel collar stay. And
Man, that could go real wrong.
yeah, I've sharpened these a couple of times. But what you do is you don't put a point on them. You just
Yeah.
sharpen the edges
Oh,
so you
okay.
can stick
Alright,
it.
Yeah.
Because if you sharpen the point of it,
You're
it
gonna
just stabs you in the
yourself, yeah.
collarbone all day, and it's irritating as fuck, and it ruins your
Oh,
shirt.
man.
And now I'm not going to be able to get that without looking, so I'm just going to leave it there.
Oh, man.
In fact, wait, hold on. Let me guess. I think it's I want to say it's in this book, Brute Force. I want to say that one of the characters in Brute Force uses a sharpened
Oh,
collar
shit.
tie to stick a dude in the
Yeah.
neck.
Sharp Bevel's asking what steel we used in the kitchen knife here.
K110.
K110.
D2.
Yeah, a cleaner version of D2, right?
It's a slightly cleaner version of D2, yes. It's the cleanest version of D2.
I've got that old book at home that's looking up the original version of D2. It's only like K110 only has a tiny bit less carbon in it, and it ups chromium just a tiny bit, I guess.
But I think it's also powdered, which decreases the chances you're going to get a little bit of imperfection in it.
I guess they do that so that the carbide fully encapsulates the iron molecules or something on the outside.
Out of my purview, buddy.
Okay. I got bored one night.
not a metallurgist.
Yeah. Let's see here. Did we get the shaman?
No.
the Zweir shaman in yet.
We didn't Z-Wear, but yeah, no, we didn't.
Zweir?
No.
Z-Wear.
Yeah, we
Z-Wear.
tried to order it. Jesus, it's been a while.
Yeah.
We tried to order that quite a while ago and still no luck on
Yeah,
it.
no luck.
Nothing's come through. Sorry.
Just supply chain or
Selection
Yeah.
bias. I think the people who take care of their size don't need to come to you very often.
Also, fair
probably
point.
pretty
That-
true.
yeah,
Very fair
actually,
point. Yeah,
I
very fair
100%
point.
agree with that.
Yeah.
And I wish more of those people would
Existed
talk
in
to the
world.
people who are leaving it in the field all day.
Well, I mean, admittedly, the Reaper community has been very busy recently, so there's not a lot of time for
Exactly.
maintenance.
And blood is super acidic. I mean, it rusts that shit real quick.
A lot
can't
of,
let it
lot of
sit on the
salts
blade.
in it, yeah.
Um,
The hemoglobin is terrible.
what's a good survival axe you guys would recommend?
Oh, the small forest axe.
Yeah, probably.
Holtzbrook or is
Packable?
that-
No, that's
Gransfors.
Gransfors. Yeah, the small forest axe. I have a Scandinavian forest axe, which is 29-inch handle, a little bit bigger, but almost identical head. I have that, but then I also have a small forest axe head that I've rehandled with the
The broad axe handle, right?
yeah, the 4800 series broad axe handle that's circular and angles back a little bit. Just because I don't know, I just like the usefulness of it a little better, even though I haven't used it in the last year. But I would go if I had to buy one.
Yeah, that would be the one for sure. And like in a survival scenario, it's lightweight enough that you can like stick on the side of your pack, but you still get some leverage from that handle,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's solid.
No, I agree for sure.
Yeah.
I guess my personal preference would just be the axe head of your choice with the handle of your choice.
Well, that's a pretty broad answer, though.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, you want a larger bearded axe because you're going to be
Yeah.
choking up on it doing certain kinds of work, or
Yep.
do you want like more of like a splitting style head,
Yeah.
but you want like a pack style handle on it,
Yeah.
But if you want a pre-configured one, like what he said, that's probably the best one to go with.
Yeah.
Looks like we got Bob James asking, what's the thickness on the steel of that kitchen knife?
Oh god damn.
Eighth? I'd say eighth.
I don't know. I don't.
It's German. It's going to be in millimeters, but it'd probably be about an eighth.
Yeah, it's like .12 or .13. I cannot remember.
It's going to be
honest.
0.125.
It's 0.006 cubits.
Good eyes, man. Good eyes. Yeah, that's all.
Yeah,
Less than 0.005 cubits, and it doesn't really work, and it's just too biblical if you get more than 0.01.
It's 1/200th of a chain.
Honestly, I can't remember. What we did is we measured all of the kitchen knives on the wall, and we kind of picked the high quality median of that,
Mm.
and then we did it that way. But like I said, I did the math and then promptly forgot it because it didn't seem like it was knowledge I needed to convert to long-term memory, since now it's in an email and I can search it. But thick enough to, it's not going to flex, but.
So this guy's asking about K390 Spyderco's coming into the shop.
Oh, K390 is, man, they use that for axe heads and shit. That is
Yeah, that's
high impact
Tough
stuff.
stuff.
Yeah,
It's from
super high impact.
Bowler?
Yeah, it's from Bowler. Yeah,
They
K390.
This year Spyderco is like branching out like a lot of their like Delicas and Venturas and stuff into K390. So I'm sure we'll see some of it come in.
Coldwork Steel.
We
blah, blah,
tried to get
blah.
one of those too.
We
But
did
they weren't
for the-
available.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like that spreadsheet that we had that we never got to.
But like recently, their Reveal 7 they just did like last month.
Yeah.
They're like going
man.
heavy on K390.
Really?
Yeah.
K,
it's big.
Damn,
K-
we tried to get K390 like 6 years ago
Yeah.
when we first started 3DK, and they basically kind of told us to fuck off.
This is our steel, goddamn.
Well, they were like, no, like, and they were like, you can get a half-inch thick. I'm like, half-inch
Hey,
thick?
what
What
are
the
we doing
fuck?
with
Like,
that?
what am I gonna do with half-inch steel? I'm not making axes. But I mean, it takes a heavy hitter like Spyderco to be like, make it this thick.
Oh,
and,
yeah,
you know,
for
you're like,
sure.
okay, sure.
Yeah.
You know.
I'm looking at it, and it looks like it's got more manganese. I'm assuming that's magnesium.
Mm-mm. No,
So
manganese
it's
is
different.
no, it's different.
And it looks like it's higher in cobalt and tungsten than a lot of other steels.
Yeah, but it'll rust like M4 almost, but it's super high impact. So like they use it in like tomahawk heads and axe heads and stuff. 'Cause
So
it's not it's very, very like crack resistant.
A
There's
little more elasticity in this.
Zach-
exactly like there's a word I'm looking for that I can't think of, but it's,
Zach's not on here, so I'll say it because it won't get parroted constantly throughout the
Let's
entire
make a
chat.
severance in K390.
Exactly, because that sounds like the right steel for that weapon.
And trust me, I would get one of those. for
you know
sure.
what? Okay, maybe, but can we just get them off the ground in LMAX or M390 first? I'm advocating for severances in M390.
For Darth Yoki, what was the name
Small
of that
forest
accident?
axe.
From
Small forest axe from Gransford Brook.
Gransford Brook.
Brook just means
BRUK.
Gransford just means Brook just means axe. So that's why there's Holtz Brook and Gransford Brook. So it's Holtz axe and Gransford axe.
It's very Swedish.
It's very Swedish. It's very expensive too. I think it's almost pushing $200 at this point.
The small forest is 173.
There you go.
It's not too
And
bad,
it's-
actually, for a
and
good
it's-
axe.
Yeah.
In fact, in our intro, where all the knives drop and then the one axe drops, that is my Scandinavian forest axe.
And it
with the
still has
NK on it.
NK on it.
It
too.
still has the NK on it upstairs. Yeah.
Any new hinderers in the shop?
Interesting you say that, James. There may be. It's been for about a month, but there's an XM24 that is just my favorite knife in the shop right now. I love this knife.
You were fawning over it when we first got it.
I know. I'm like, oh god. But it's a blue cheeked-in
You might have to
scale
clean it after you
M390
handled it.
spear point, all in battle black. It is amazing.
It is pretty cool.
Yeah,
I will admit.
it's awesome. So that's in the shop.
Ductile.
Hmm.
Are you saying like it's
No,
it's the term
ductile.
used, like,
It's the term that you use for like steel or copper when it's able to be like strewn out.
oh, I learned something new. The more you know. Let's see here. Thoughts on the Microtech Exocet Liberal California Legal Edition?
Okay, so I have a thought about the Exocet.
Yeah.
It is designed to be a money clip.
Yep.
And it has a very so the body of the knife ends and the clip goes out very far and then comes back in to accommodate bills.
Yep.
As a money clip, I think it's badass.
Yeah.
As a knife,
Yeah.
no fucking thank you.
It's just a little. Yeah, I'm not.
But as a money clip, I mean, is
For
there a cooler fucking
and
money
that's
clip
true.
though?
So if you're trying to buy a money clip that has a knife attached, great. If
Hell
you want a
yeah.
knife that has a money clip attached, maybe not. Yeah,
Do either of you guys have your Microtech on you?
I don't know.
Because I don't think Andy's necessarily familiar with out the fronts.
Okay.
So it's an out the front knife that's the size and shape of a money clip with a huge like leaf.
It's a
small-
really wide blade, but it's only 1.98 inches long.
It's
so it
like
makes
a
it
leaf.
California legal.
But it's like it's
Okay.
much wider than that blade.
So
yeah, it's probably this wide.
I'm
Yeah.
somewhat familiar with this kind of thing because my
Sailor
grandfather was an Oregon State trooper,
Ah.
and he used to take the shit off people all the time. And he had a garage full of them. This was a long time ago, so I think that was before they had rules about like turning that shit in.
Yeah.
So there's a whole bunch of this kind of thing in a garage in an undisclosed location in Oregon.
Guess who's
But,
also from Oregon?
Hey.
Well, that's pretty awesome. So
Yeah, the exoset is.
Well, I mean, I do own a knife shop, so I have
Yeah.
to represent just a little
You
bit.
gotta-
well,
right?
you know, that's
No shit.
sort of understandable that you would have that.
Oh man.
But yeah, long story short, not the best knife, but if you absolutely have to have an auto knife in California,
I don't know. If you are looking for a money clip, it's the coolest fucking money clip I found. I mean, we have William Henry money clips. Dude, I have a money clip that was put out by GE like back in like 1948. That I think is really
Nice.
cool. Like, and it's got a little knife and a little nail file that come out the side. I mean, I've taken a knife on a plane more times than I can think of. You know what I mean?
Yes, it's just yeah.
Yeah, and so like I have several
You're on
money
a
clips.
list now, Mike.
Well, I'm a money clip
Sorry.
guy. I like money clips. I think they're kind of fucking baller. And I think the Exo set, if I was looking for a modern money clip, I would go that route.
Yeah, I would too.
Right, let's see here. I was thinking that might be the word he was looking for, ductile. Yeah, thank you,
Oh,
Dale.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
for sure.
Upcoming releases you're all looking forward to. Well, I do know
Lots of
there
stuff,
is
really.
a bug out that just got listed on our website. Not for sale yet till the 16th, but
Oh.
you can look at the pretty pics of a
Oh,
bug
yeah.
out in S90.
-3.
535
so hold on, I have to ask a
35-3.
question. Why the 16th? Why not the 14th? Can you make it like a
No.
Valentine's Day thing?
No.
So I can like bug out.
No.
No.
It's dictated by the parent company.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the
We
parent
don't
company
use
says like you can promote this as of this date and you can sell it as of this date.
Okay.
Oh, so it's a
Think of
limited
it
release
like
until-
movies. Like
Yeah, exactly.
we we have it with us.
We can
We
talk
can
about
fumble
it.
over it. We can
Yeah.
talk about it, but we cannot release it to the public until they say it's okay because they are the manufacturer.
Ah, makes sense.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
So get excited about it. Wait for it. The anticipation. is part of
Pre-sale.
it,
It's upstairs. I mean, if you want to come in and check it out, that's fine, but you can't buy it.
Yeah.
Are there any other knives coming up recently that you guys are excited about? I know we've got a
Oh,
bunch
so
of
many.
prototypes that I need to list on the website.
Yeah, but
I
that's
forgot
all
to do
stuff that's
today.
already been out for a
That's all.
while,
That's
you know.
all old news because you're not allowed to buy prototypes until they're old news.
We're getting we have like 6 of the Crew Air micarta PM2s coming in with Spider Coat. Those are gonna be cool.
Oh yeah.
They're no shaman, right? But that's gonna be
Yeah.
awesome. And the auto fact should show up any day, which once again is.
You've been pretty excited about the auto fact.
And it's gonna be
I
great.
don't know how to feel about that.
So
knife.
I hate facts.
Explain it.
I
Ah,
just
see,
like
me
the fact.
too.
I do.
Explain it. Explain it.
So
I
it
don't know
is-
anything about it. I'm an
The
idiot.
fact is a very square, like stiletto-looking knife, which has always just been an axis lock manual, but an S30 with a G10 handle. But this is going to be an S90 blade. You get a carbon fiber handle with aluminum bolsters on either side.
And they've modified the bolster to cut out
Yeah.
so that the loop on the back is integral to the backspacer.
It's going to be a great knife.
I'm just
It
as
is.
lost as
I
you
like
are.
it a lot.
Yeah, it's going to be a great knife.
Yeah, I don't know enough about this either.
Okay. Any other knives you guys are excited about besides Benchmade? Kershaw's got some stuff coming down the pipe that I saw.
Well,
Yeah.
but the reason we talk about Benchmade when people talk about stuff that's coming up quick
Yeah.
is because Benchmade is very meticulous about putting out things on a very rigorous schedule, and so you know when it's coming out. Whereas, like, nothing against Microtech, but like random shit will just come out new during
Let's
the
pop
year,
up.
and you're like, oh shit, hey, well, I guess that.
And that they literally have like a disclaimer on their website saying that's how it works.
Yeah.
They're like, we'll just put out whatever we want, whenever we want.
Yeah,
and we just gotta
exactly.
deal with it.
And I do
Yeah.
like that because they have
Totally.
new shit coming
Yeah,
all the
totally.
time. But the only
There's
reason,
no way
like,
to track
if you want to talk about shit
Yeah.
that's coming out in the future, you almost have to talk about Benchmade because
Mhm.
they're the ones that are rigorous about it. They're the ones that like, oh, I know this is coming out on
Yeah.
February
Mhm.
26th. I know this is coming out on March fucking 19th. I know this is coming out
Any
then.
ZT stuff?
Well, that's the thing. is that
ZT doesn't do
Yeah.
it that way,
Is that
so
what
you
it-
don't know. I mean, yeah, they got shit coming out, but who the fuck knows when it's coming out?
And like they released 3 new models at the beginning of the year, which is like seems like low, right? Benchmade released a dozen new models, and then 3 for ZT. That's big.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big New Year release.
Yeah, I mean,
Right.
Jesus, they only have like fucking 10 SKUs going at any given time.
Exactly. So it's Benchmade is kind of what you need to talk about when we talk about new stuff.
Let's see here.
So.
Bob Janes, Bug Out, Spaced Out, rocking
Ugh.
Peace.
It's a sore subject. for
Oh
Mike
my
right now.
God. This thing is killing me. So the spaced out bug out. The manufacturers have both been late. Nothing on them. I understand. Times are hard right now. Shit happens. But both manufacturers are late, so we're keeping up as much as we can. But then it also crashed our laser. So I have crashed one of our lasers. So I have I've replaced the. I rebuilt the head the other day. I replaced a power supply for it the other day. I replaced a motherboard.
And then we found out it was a USB
and
cable.
then I had to bypass the USB hookup for the laser and go directly to the motherboard with it. And I finally got the thing figured out. Then the program that I wrote to build it got corrupted. So I spent all day rebuilding that and finally got that figured out. So I've had to eat shit for like the last week and a half on this fucking bug out, and it's killing me. Now I'm to the point where I'm getting behind schedule, so I'm gonna have to like start pulling all-nighters again, like we did with the colorful film.
But
On the flip side, Spidey Chef bowl.
On the flip side, those issues have not delayed delivery. We are still waiting on knives to come in.
No, we're behind. We have scales are ahead of schedule. Blades are behind schedule, but not behind schedule enough to be concerned about.
Yeah, so it's nothing to be worried about. It's just that we ran into a hiccup, and it was a memorable benchmark in the history of the laser.
Jesus
which is
Christ.
why we have laser number 2.
If anybody wants to know how to rebuild a 20-watt fucking fiber laser, just hit me up. I'll walk you through
It
it.
doesn't sound entertaining.
I've done it twice now, and it's irritating as shit.
Give it 3 years, we'll be able to tell you how to rebuild a 50-watt.
Yeah, probably.
Scarab 2? Question mark?
Oh, we did a video on those.
We did.
We
We've
sold
had
out.
We've
Yeah,
had two.
they're
Yeah.
not on their list. We can't even order
Anyway,
them.
Yeah, when they have them available, we will have them.
And that's the thing about James. That's the thing about Microtech is you don't just get to order whatever you want from Microtech. Microtech just sends you an email and they're like, "This is what we got. What do you want?" And you just email back as fast as you can.
So all the other dealers are like, "Oh
Well,
my
because
God."
they're on the East Coast and we're in Alaska, so like 4:27 a.m. we'll get an
God.
email from Microtech and they're like, "What do you want?" And it's like, you better answer quick because that shit's going
Yeah,
fast because
yeah.
everybody all over the nation is ordering that shit. And Scarab 2s have not been on that list since we got our first round of Scarab 2s. They're on back order. Thanks, Lori.
Oh, switch. There we go. They're on back order.
They're on
Thanks,
back
Lori.
order. Yeah.
Let's see here. I have been looking at some multi-tools. I have a bias towards Leatherman, as they're all I've heard about. What do you recommend?
So I'm going to jump in on this because I'm
Fantastic.
personally related to the Leatherman family.
Really?
And I can, weirdly, they're like by short tail relatives by marriage. But I love mine, and they're very good. So
Is it a 200?
it's the re-release of the original PS1.
Oh, no shit.
That came out a few years ago. I was a big fan of the original release.
Yeah.
The PS1s, the PS2s. I really like this methodology with the pliers on the inside.
Yeah.
Later, they went to kind of follow some of the other outfits, which I didn't like as much.
Yeah.
I probably built more furniture and done more with with this than anything else because I'm lazy.
Yeah.
And so if I'm in my house, like I can go out to the garage
Or I can
and get the right tool, but I've got this right here. And so everybody always used to tease me about like, why do you need a Leatherman? You're like, you don't, but once you have one and you wear it all the time,
you realize you need it constantly.
you find all sorts of uses. And so there's
Well, because if you only carry a hammer, everything's a nail, right?
Right,
But if you carry a Leatherman, everything's a screw or a nail or a staple. Or
one of the most iconic pictures of me was at some bar in New Orleans, and I'm fishing an orange out of a hurricane glass with my needle nose pliers. So you can literally use these for almost anything, including fruit extraction from an obscure glass in a bar. So again,
well, I always like the Skeletool just because it's lightweight and it's got the little clip on it and everything. And I've sharpened several Skeletools and some it's not waves and mutts. I think mutts also used to come like S30 blades. Like they had really badass blades in them too. You could get a really badass fucking Leatherman. They're not the run-of-the-mill ones. Like if you just go to like Fred Meyer and grab one in the sporting goods section, it's not going to be the best. But they have variations that are awesome. They make really good stuff.
I've noticed,
And their warranty is pretty rock solid. We
Ridiculous, yeah.
send shit to them all the time,
Oh,
and
God.
it'll be like the file's like a little effed up, and instead of fixing it or replacing the file, they just send you a new one.
That's nice.
Yeah,
It is.
ridiculous,
No, it is.
yeah.
Their warranty is pretty amazing.
I've dealt with quite a few multi-tools, and I also got to say, like, there's a lot out there, but it's not like Leatherman's special, but they're consistent, and it's like distilled down to just the basics of what you need and the basics of experience that will last the longest amount of time.
They've kind of been the gold standard in that industry for
Yeah.
however, you know, as long as I can remember anyway.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah.
everyone replicates them. I haven't seen anyone
Yeah.
who's done something better than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and again, I have a family connection,
Yeah.
so it's a little bit, it's probably inappropriate for me to pump them up more than
Hey,
anyone else.
Nobody's
but,
poo-pooing your self-promotion. Go for it, man. Make your family some money. We're all for that.
Let's see here. Are you guys able to re-Cerakote a blade that's been scratched,
So-
like a touch-up with the Cerakote?
We're not able to, but Lori is.
Lori
able
is,
to,
but also,
which-
but it's not touch-up. Unfortunately, that
That's
Cerakote
true.
will have to be
Yeah.
stripped and it'll have to be fully re-Cerakoted. And I was going to mention earlier, Lori also said SOG makes good
which is
multi-tools,
true, yeah.
which I have SOGs. No offense to you personally.
no, it's totally fair.
But
We're
I
allowed to
have
talk about the
yeah.
competition.
But I have 3 multi-tools and all 3 of them are SOGs, and I like SOG stuff. Also, Victorinox makes what I like about the Victorinox ones is can I see yours real quick?
Sure. Yeah, and don't get me wrong, I love SOG too, and I've got a SOG seal pup that I've been using
Oh, yeah.
for decades, and that thing's held up really well. So
But on this, this is a stamped steel handle, right? So they take a piece of steel and stamp it, clink, and fold it into place. But the Vickies have a single billet milled handle,
Oh, nice.
which is really nice and a high quality, but they're also not cheap.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you're going to pay for that, but it's a nice feature and it's cool, and they're well built, and well, their warranty is good, but it is super slow.
And then to answer Jacob there a little bit more about the Cerakote, it can be fixed, but the whole thing will have to be bead blasted, or whatever part on there that needs touched up will have to be bead blasted and color matched and then sprayed.
It'll have to be fully re-Cerakoted. You can't touch up Cerakote really.
can you guys Cerakote things other than blades?
Yes.
Cerakote
kinds of
is
stuff.
if it'll fit down the stairs. Well, see, there's a room over there that's
Uh-huh.
8 foot by 10 foot. If it'll fit in that room, we can Cerakote it.
I mean, I don't want to go off topic here, but there might be a
he
thing
brought
or
in
two
Jeep
that
doors.
I might want Cerakoted that it's not a blade.
There are Jeep running boards over there.
RC
but
car
he's-
bodies.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Like
They're
Lori's
doing my doors in gold.
yeah,
Sorry, burnt bronze.
Lori can Cerakote just about as long as it'll fit in the bead blast room.
She's
Well,
Cerakoted my
there's
leg,
there's
man.
the oven. Yeah.
Fit in the oven, right? That's
Yeah,
a
like
limiting
so our
factor.
oven is 5 foot by 3 foot by 3 foot. So as
Uh-huh.
long as it fits in the oven, we can Cerakote it. But they do have an air dry, but I don't know that we have any of the air dry stuff in stock, but we can always get it.
Can you do like heat lamps too? Like I know they do powder coat with like
Oh yeah.
heat lamps you can just put around.
Well, that is technically a powder coat oven. We just dial it down to Cerakote because powder coat's at 500, Cerakote's at 300 or less, depending on the substrate that you're Cerakoting. Anyway,
Yep.
I was thinking about I was looking at my dining room utensils the other day, and they weren't tactical enough. And so I was thinking,
All black.
you know, I could
All
I
black.
could Cerakote this shit, and then I could have tactical eating irons. And
I have black silverware.
I mean, I haven't cleared this with
Eating
my girlfriend yet,
irons.
but you got a new house, sort of like a new thing. And
I don't know that you'd want to ingest Cerakote. Like if your knife
Yeah.
comes in contact with your fork, I don't know that you want to eat.
No,
Cerakote.
I'm thinking about the handles.
Oh, okay, yeah, that would work.
Eating
Nice.
irons. That's
Eating
going in
irons.
my fucking lexicon.
Yeah, that was the Navy thing, eating irons.
I always see those like colorful knives and like
Mhm.
you see the Costco, they got that color, the pack, and each
Yeah, yeah.
has a different color. I'm like, who the hell buys those things? Because
Well-
like I wouldn't be afraid that stuff's gonna chip off.
They're ceramic, aren't they?
No. They're still. Well,
Steel.
here was the thing about them is they use old school carbon steel, which is great steel, but you got to take care of it. Like old school, what are the like Chicago cutleries and shit?
Oh, yeah.
Like they'll rust like a
Right.
motherfucker because you got to take care of it.
Carbon steel. Yeah.
Well, then the technology came around to coat them. So what they do is they take that old steel that's really good cutter and then you coat it, and now you don't have to worry about that shit rusting anymore. And so they make great cutters, but it's dirt cheap because it's technology from the 60s or 50s or whatever. I had those for a while, and they actually are pretty good.
I was
What's-
just worried about them flaking, like the coating flaking off or something. Like
That's
that.
why I got rid of them.
heat resistance of Cerakote. I would say since they sell a formula that's designed to go in pistons and sleeves of engines, it's
Headers,
probably pretty high.
You can do headers. You can do barbecue grills. They have. It depends because the color you want for the heat resistance you want might not be available because not every color is high temp.
Yeah.
But they have a high temp line that can take. I mean, Jesus, you can Cerakote headers. You can Cerakote exhausts. You know what I
So
mean?
you're
You
looking
can.
at like 1500.
Yeah, exactly. 1,1800, something like that. You know.
Looks like Davian's asking this question here. I have a mediocre spreadsheet comparing to the Leathermans and a doc that has all the info on the spaced out bug out so far. Can I link them? Meant to use. I'm not quite sure what you're
Yeah.
meaning. Maybe extrapolate a bit more in the comments there. Let's see here. You guys already show off what you're carrying for today. No, we haven't. Let's do that again. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll go first since I've already done one of them. So I got a Dirac Delta, double edge, black.
It's going to be a pile.
T tactical, and then I have a. So glad to have a bailout back,
Yeah, great knife.
but I have the aluminum handle bailout back. Oh, because I lost my ZT and I just found my ZT.
Where was it?
It was in my wife's purse.
Oh my god.
She's like, "Why am I carrying this?" I'm like, "I've been looking at that for like 2 weeks."
I've got a Tough Rider. Was it tumbled?
Tumbled copper.
Tumbled copper. Now it's a polished copper from how I carry it. And then I've also got a Tango flipper from Benchmade, which was a fantastic gift, which has slayed many a box, a few fish, a squirrel, and I think I stabbed something else with that. I don't remember what it was.
Not just a squirrel.
Oh, and then over there on my desk is my my Buck S30V thing.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Oh wait.
Oh no, go for it,
I
man.
have only my limited edition re-release of the PST1 from the family business.
That's all you need.
Link in the description.
which I used to build a workbench in my house earlier this week because I was too lazy to go to the garage because it was already right here.
All right, Alistair.
You know what I've got. You know,
I know what you got.
Serum Atom, red carbon fiber scales. It's pretty cool.
You just carrying the one?
Yeah, just the one today.
Huh?
I know. Usually I've got at least like 2 or 3, but
Yeah.
this guy just can't get enough pocket time.
I'm gonna figure out where
So-
my pocket knife. I think it's on my desk. I don't know. That's why I have 2 because I always forget one in the car or one on my desk or something. Then I've got the other one with me.
Yeah.
That's why I said my pen's under the couch, so I don't have a pen today.
I had my propper at work this morning, but then I was like, do I really need to bring both back? You know?
So with this specific invent of our supposed kitchen line, are we thinking about doing any other knives besides a large kind of chef-esque knife like this?
Oh, I'm sorry. What?
Well, with the advent of us starting to kind of dip our toes into kitchen knives, is there any other
yeah.
kind of ones we want to do?
I would love to. So far, we've only done kind of customs
We have a
and
fillet,
semi-customs. Yeah. But so far, we've only done customs and semi-customs, and I would like to do more. The problem is, for like, because heat treating in this state is ungodly problematic. So to be able to outsource it, they have minimums. So you have to meet, like you have to have 200 knives to meet a minimum to get a decent heat treat in the lower 48. So the problem is if you bring out a chef knife, that's cool, but in order to have a kitchen line, you have to have 5 knives. So that means you have to have heat treat 1,000 knives, which means you have to buy steel for 1,000 knives and handle material for 1,000 knives and titanium for 1,000 knives. You know, that's a big bite.
But if we made paring knives, like I would probably buy like 1,000 of them. So
Yeah.
So I would love to.
I mean, I would love to buy those knives, but I just don't eat that many pairs. Like if you could make knives for something else.
And then just to clarify on this specific kitchen knife, we did heat treat it here in the shop, and it was a sight to behold. As things fucking melted.
It was
everywhere.
Goddamn. Well, the problem with kitchen knives is they're so thin. Is that we had to heat treat. We had to do 3 heat treats on these because we would block them together to try to stop them from warping, and still got like 7 or 8 of them to warp. And then we have to reheat treat those to take the warp out of them. So it was kind of a problem. So if we want to do these on any kind of mass scale where they're affordable, it's difficult for us.
Let's see here. Ever see any Olmax come through? Thoughts on the
Olamics.
Olmax?
Olamics.
Olamics.
The Olmecs, like not the Toltecs or the Mayans, but the Olmecs.
Yeah, the Olmax.
Yeah.
No, we haven't seen one of those in what,
'Cause
1,500 years?
Yeah, it's 1,500 years. I mean, that was way pre-Columbian. So
But on the knives, I think we had a whippersnapper in the shop recently. That is a super cool knife. I think it's the only one I think we've had recently. But they're awesome knives. The Wayfarer is badass. They're great.
Don't you skip, Aaron.
I'm not going to. At least nobody is carrying anything with JG10 and S35. No, I made sure that when I got that buck, it was S30 because I had heard so much crap from Mike. I was like, I'm not doing it.
S35 and JG10, such a wank of a knife.
Together, yes. Separately, maybe not. Come on. Well, maybe the S35, but not the JG10.
I mean, it teaches his own. I honestly, I really could care less either way about JG10. I just like that people like that I hate it. So it's funnier that way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Will called and he was like, I've got the perfect knife for you. A JG10 S35 Civivi Elemental. Mike's ideal knife, like right there in a box.
I mean, if you like JG10, that's fine. I mean, like it, it's fine.
Davian, if you want to share that with us, just send it to admin@northernknives.com and we'll be more than happy to consume that for personal consumption later.
We'll bring it up on the next one.
Because that's on the kitchen knives. How much?
Probably.
How much on the kitchen knife? We know what
What's this one go for?
that is.
What are they selling it for?
I don't know yet. So I don't know what the sale price on it is. I know what the wholesale price on it is, and we will not talk about that.
Well, it will be, so our full customs with but we do bolsters and we do ivory and shit, and that shit goes for $390, $450. I mean, it kind of fluctuates a little bit. These we kept really reasonable. So this would probably be in the same neighborhood as like a Shun Premier, I'm gonna say, or maybe like a Miyabi,
So like high 100s,
low 200s.
I'm thinking like low 200s, give or take. High 100s, low 200s. Yeah. I'm thinking somewhere around in there. If we put them out, that we would make a very conscious effort to keep them there. We would want to be, because like a Miyabi, what's a Miyabi birch go for? That's $350. A black goes for $350.
Black is $350.
Black is $350, and like a maple goes for like $3.
Like
so we would definitely hit below that price. Yeah. But I mean, honestly, we don't make them, so I have no fucking clue what they're gonna go for. I mean, they'll be cheaper. They'll be cheaper than these because we'll do them in, it's economy of scale.
Right. Yeah.
So these are relatively expensive because these all had to be custom done. You know what I mean? Like this grind's custom done. These handles are done on the mill. Joey had to do all the fucking custom work and fitting and getting it all done. So I don't know. If we can launch this in the future, it will be. I would love to see this knife go to the 200-ish mark, but it would also be upgraded steel at that price. It would probably be LMAX M390 and or Morsa.
Wouldn't be walnut handles though.
No, we do micarta, but we do micarta, but we have a ton of exotic wood that I've already stabilized and is ready to cut, and I already have the program written. So we could do some nice handles, but the price wouldn't fluctuate that much just because of the handles.
Then we also have, I gotta say this, Flip Spot John Pitts just joined the live stream. Can I get a quick update on the spaced out bug outs? Ordered mine the last day it was open. Still on track for middle of February? ?
I'm aiming real hard, but the problem is the manufacturers have set us back just a little bit, not much. But let's see. I'm trying to put this. I don't want to throw any of the manufacturers under the bus because I know they're trying hard and they're working very hard, and they've done us a lot of favors trying to get us to it. So, but the titanium was almost 2 weeks late, and the bug outs are coming up on about a week late, but. We still have a ton of product. I was on the laser all day today
And we have been shipping them as the bug outs come in.
Yeah,
because
yeah,
they've been
yeah.
coming in piecemeal,
Yeah, we're
in large
not
shipments.
waiting and making all of them and then shipping it out. We're just shipping out as they're gone. So they're already going. We have we probably have another 30 or 40 ready to go in the next week or so, and then after that, it's just going to be like nonstop. They're just going to be going out like almost every day. So it's slightly behind schedule, no fault of our own, but slightly behind schedule. But we're on it. I spent all day on the laser today. I don't know if you were here the earlier part of the live when I was talking about the problems. Like I've had to rebuild the laser. We had a power surge. It crashed it. I replaced the motherboard, the fucking a couple of power supplies. I rebuilt the head the other day. Like I've had massive problems with it, but it hasn't really set us back all that much. I am as on top of the product we're receiving as humanly possible.
Honestly, if the laser was more like the amateur radios and like amplifiers I built as a kid, I could probably go up there with a voltmeter and figure it out. But no, they're not. It's all microprocessors, so I'm fucked.
Yeah, it's kind of an issue.
And then Lori's letting you know she's going to build you a custom one with JG10 and S35 just for you, Mike. Just for you.
Can't wait to.
Hell of a knife.
Yeah, you know what? It's gonna be fun to piss on it.
Jesus,
There should be a
You're so
throwing.
passionate about it, man. Jesus.
No, I'm really not.
I know.
You know, JG10 doesn't bother me as much as S35 does.
Yeah.
I'm kind of indifferent about JG10, but it's funnier to take the I hate it stance. You know what I mean? Because it's funnier that way. But S35, come on, guys, they're fucking you.
Yeah. that
It's
is
crap
kinda
steel
true.
they're charging more for. Get on the boat.
Lori. Ha 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 ha.
So do you guys know why this is a wholesale departure here, but do you know why in like old like cartoons and stuff, German guys always have like the eye scar?
Because they used to sword fight, and that was a sign of like toughness.
Exactly.
Like you could take a hit.
It's called a schmiss.
Yes.
That's what that
Mhm.
scar is called. And it was an old like fraternity fencing deal called
Yeah.
Schlagerfechten.
Yeah, and you weren't a badass unless you had one.
Right. And so that's the weird part was like if you took one, it meant you lost, but at the same time, it also meant that
You were tough enough to take
you
one.
took enough to take one.
Yeah,
so,
yeah, exactly.
Because if you took one that was longer than like an inch or an inch and a half or something like that, that meant that that you stood in the ring.
Oh yeah,
But
dude, there are some nasty ones. You look up pictures of that. There's some
Yeah.
nasty ones. Like
Shit.
start here and like end
God
here, and like
damn.
he's got a big divot in his cheek and
Jesus.
part of his eyebrows missing. Like oh
yeah,
yeah,
but that was an important part of like
Yeah.
like German
well, you weren't
fraternity officer
fucking
society.
tough unless you had one.
Right.
Like you're not gonna become a general unless you had one.
Exactly. You know. So
Looking at Rommel.
I didn't bring mine in today, but I have a Schlager.
Really?
But yeah, it's really old, and I didn't put my fraternity colors on it. But yeah, it was made in Solingen, so you know some credibility there, and yeah, kind of a key piece of. All right, well,
Oh, I thought you were going to brandish it at him.
No, that's putting it back.
we're gonna have to. I don't want to do this with the Leatherman. I mean,
No, I was putting it back. I was
okay,
putting it
that's
back.
fair enough. But
I wasn't like
kitchen knife versus the AMUK.
I wasn't like bringing out my gloves and like slapping it in the face. And, like,
well,
present
I
the
didn't
challenge.
want to do this
Got a little
tonight,
angle
but
to the knife
So
there.
you got a little bit of reach on the kitchen
All right, do you want the El Chefe or do you want the AMUK? You pick your tool.
By the way, I want to crowdsource this. Do you guys think the El Chefe is a good name?
It's
for
an
a
excellent
kitchen
name.
knife?
No one's arguing that.
Yeah.
That's an excellent name. Yeah.
What is it? Even like the skinning knife we had that the riot is based on. We call it the Mr. Skinner. Only because like we needed like a tag. Like, what do you want to call this? I don't know.
Could
Call
you
it
make
the
a
Mr.
bigger
Skinner.
one and call it the Principal Skinner?
Principal Skinner.
Were you gonna have
We do
Super
have
Nintendo Chalmers?
Oh, you know what? We do have an oversized variation of the Severance called the Animal Mother from Full Metal Jacket.
How about instead of JG10, how about Mexican blanket micarta?
I'm all in on Mexican
Yeah.
Blanket Micarta, for sure.
What did you tell me about my flannel today?
It reminded me of a Mexican blanket. It's great. I love it. I want that to be this upholstery of my seats in my truck.
I'm
That's not a compliment.
This is why my wife has to filter compliments.
Oh,
through a filter.
So I had the thought the other day, something I would like to do on a custom handle would do Fordite. That'd be cool.
Fordite?
You ever seen Fordite? So it's the layers of paint from the spray booth.
Oh yeah, I have
And so
seen
it's
that.
just like
Yeah.
it's like the inside of a job right there almost. It's just color after color. And you can buy blocks of it
From
on
Ford?
eBay and stuff.
Mm.
No, not from Ford anymore, but it's all like you find it from like mineral shops and stuff like that. But it's all
But it's
just
like
enamel paint from
it's
the
like this
60s.
fucking thick, and you grind it down, and it's like every car they ever painted.
Right. And then
Nice.
so I thought that'd be kind of sick on a custom handle.
That would be fucking awesome.
Well, paint shops in Anchorage, if they want to give their folks gifts for Christmas. Let's see here. Where is Lori?
Lori is in.
Seattle.
Seattle.
She's in Seattle on her way
Seattle to Medford.
to. Is it called Medford?
Yeah, it's Medford.
Is it Medford? Yeah. On her way to Saracota.
Yep, she's going to be learned when she comes back.
Hold
And
on.
we got
Getting
James
off.
here asking the real hard-hitting questions.
Oh yeah, Super Bowl winner. Who you guys going for? It's not going to auto.
It's not gonna focus.
We all saw it. It's fine.
Who are you guys going for?
I mean, are we saying who we're
Casey.
going for, or like who we think's gonna win?
Oh motherfucker!
Like, what are we saying here? Because we got to make that very clear.
I've been a Kansas City fan since I was like 8, so I don't have a choice.
I'm going Casey on this one.
At this point, I have no dog in this fight, so I really just hope it's a fucking great game.
Yeah.
And in the bottom of my stomach, I feel like Casey's gonna run away with it really early.
Oh shit.
I got to
We'll
ask.
see.
um,
We'll see.
It's the Buccaneers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Tampa Bay
Okay.
Buccaneers.
So this is what I foresee is that Casey is going to be riding on their laurels.
Oh, Brady! Nobody
Yeah.
rides on laurels more than Brady.
Yeah.
And I foresee, unfortunately, that it's going to be a really close fight and that the Buccaneers are probably going to be willing to seriously hurt themselves in the process to try and secure the title, whereas the Kansas City Chiefs.
I don't know, man. It's
Kind
Super
of
Bowl. Everyone
a
wants
career
it.
to
Everybody
consider.
wants it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, everybody wants it. That's tough.
I
Brady
think they're gonna be
wants it
hungrier for
because if Brady wins this, he's out. He's retiring.
Yeah.
He already
Yeah.
said he's going to retire at 45.
Yeah.
This is going to be him at 44.
Yeah.
And going to go out on top.
Yeah, you got
Close enough.
You
He's going to
gotta
go. Yeah. So if Brady wins this, he's fucking out. Even
Yeah.
if he loses, he might be out.
Yeah.
Let's see here. You're kind of already on this, but what's everyone's favorite exotic scale material? Mine's Raffir Noble.
Fear Noble. I don't even know what that is.
We
Somebody want to Google it?
we got some Benchmade cigar cutters with it.
Oh, that's what that
Yeah,
is.
it's
Oh,
like
yeah,
that.
you like that shit, right?
No, I like
Oh,
some.
yeah.
I like. It's not exotic, but I like rich light. I don't like the colors that Benchmade chooses, but I do like rich light and the idea behind
The
it.
Santa Claus camo.
I don't like the Santa Claus.
Santa
camo.
Claus camo. Sorry, go ahead.
I once Googled Asian ebony when I was on board a Navy ship, and then I had to run to the IT shop really quickly to tell them that I didn't mean to Google that.
I'm sorry that Pornhub
Yeah,
was the
that
first
was-
result.
I realized that violated our community standards in the Navy for what you could look at on the ship. I'm not sure if this really answers the question, but don't Google Asian ebony on a work computer unless you have a very sort of liberated approach at your office.
Yeah, I don't know. What's your
Exotic. I don't know. I don't
human
know.
bone?
Well, in Alaska,
You gotta describe
we're working
it,
on
like,
that.
The
But in Alaska, is there anything better than Usik for an exotic fucking handle material?
That's
Usyk
pretty
is
good.
I mean, it's just
Yeah.
dick on a
Yeah.
knife.
Yeah.
big old piece of walrus dick.
We do Usyk handles on a lot of the 3DK knives, and they're always
Wait, what did you make the SKU number?
Yeah.
PEN15. And so far, every dealer who orders that
It
specific
changes
one,
the
it
SKU.
changes the SKU.
That's so good.
I don't know. For exotic being in Alaska, I mean, I really dig ivory, especially if you get the right coloring on the outside,
With that, like,
outside
the
especially like the mammoth
blue.
ivory with the blue
Oh, yeah.
and the caramel. I really like that. But I mean, if you got to pick one, if I have to pick just one up here, it's got to be Usyk. I mean, it's
that's
tough
pretty
as
unique, and it's
It is
very
it's
hard.
tough as shit, and it's heavy, and
I mean, it's a really rigid.
It's very
it
virile.
feels well built.
Yeah, I mean,
Very virile.
yeah.
For me, I have to go with Mammoth Ivory, like just because, like obviously, like it can be blue and that's great, but like it's not just that it can be blue. It's like the spectrum is so wide, and that's why I love it. It's because it can be creamy white, it can be blue, it can be brown,
Oh yeah.
caramel, it can be everything. and it's
But
so
the
good.
caramel is my everybody. All the money is in the blue.
The blue,
but my
yeah.
favorite is the caramel.
Yeah.
Like that kind of light brownish color.
Yeah.
Fuck, I love that. It looks so good.
It's just so variable. It's,
Where are
it's
you guys
amazing.
getting that the Mammoth Ivory?
No comment.
Yes.
No. We have some friends like up north, and they find it and they bring it down. And they
Well, the only thing I was going to point out is that
Party.
that,
Come on, man.
that there was
Come on,
a
man.
subspecies of mammoths
No,
on
his
St. Paul,
first
which we talked about in the last show,
Yeah.
Right below that.
that were existent on St. Paul until after the pyramids were built.
Yeah.
So there's actually like a species of mammoth that
The
was
pyramids
in-
are older than mammoths.
Right,
Yeah, yeah.
exactly. That
I've read that.
was here
Yeah.
until after that. So I was just curious if you guys were getting your.
No, we have connections like guys that live up north and they come down to town every once in a while. We always
absolutely, yeah.
we barter and trade with them and pick up different stuff, things like that.
Right on.
I mean, we're all above board. We're
No, I
we're
wasn't-
definitely above board.
I wasn't suggesting that. I was just talking about
No. I get
the
it.
fact there was hairy elephants here after there were pharaohs. Just that was my wholesale
So,
statement.
on a side note, Sharp Bevel's saying that we need to bring Leatherman guy, aka Andy, back again.
right. Good.
Well, the next time I'll talk about something even more obscure and boring.
Lord.
Oh, Chad wants to be here though. We got to
Okay.
make sure Chad's here though.
What's your favorite salmon fillet knife? Well,
It's
Dumb.
ours.
it's ours.
Yeah, it's ours.
It's springy and rust resistant.
And
That's
I
all-
mean, that's the reason we make it is because it's our favorite.
Yeah.
I sold 3 of those just by showing them to people.
No
Yeah.
shit.
Like,
He came in. There was one day he came in 3 separate times with 3 separate people,
Yeah.
and sold like $4,000 worth of knives in a day, and he didn't even fucking work here. He's just a buddy of mine.
Oh, yeah, buddy got in town. He needed new knives. Brought him in. He spent like $1,200 or something like that to find a new kit. And then my roommate needed a fillet knife, and I was like, "Oh, you want to go to Fast Pro?" I'm like, "No, let's go to Northern Knives." Took him over here and showed him that, and he bought it immediately. And then I just bought one for a buddy of mine for his 50th birthday, and then he texted me that night. He's like, "Dude, I just trimmed up some pork belly with that thing." He's like, "Never going back."
Nice.
My grandfather got one of those for Father's Day or Christmas, I can't remember which. And like every time he's down the sewer cleaning fish, like he converts people, and I know of at least 12 people personally that have come in because they used it and came in and was just like, fuck everything else. That's what I want. Works the best. A couple of them were charter boat guys. So, obviously works pretty well. I kill the conversation.
But
That's
it
what I do.
smells bad. So you're up at Hardy. It smells bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Every
Right.
natural material smells like horrid shit.
Yeah, it's
Especially like what you skip Lori.
Musk
Musk
ox.
ox?
Excellent point.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, it smells so bad.
Oh,
but
yeah.
it
It
is
looks
also
awesome.
Looks so good.
It
yeah.
like
looks so
we would
good.
make them with the Don would make them with the carbon fiber bolsters and the
Mm.
muskox handles, and I was like, those are never gonna sell. We cannot keep muskox in stock.
Gonna have to
You
look
have
at
to
it looks so
evacuate the
good.
fucking shop when you
Oh
work
my
on
God,
it,
it's
though.
like if you pissed on hair and then shit on it and then
then
lit it
burn
on fire.
Yeah.
It's so bad.
I can't believe you talked about my cologne like that. Right here on fucking live TV.
Pick up your game, Yves Saint Laurent.
Bob's saying it's just too fresh if it's smelling bad.
No,
That's
no.
not true.
No, we got some fossilized shit that smells like hammered
Real
ass.
goddamn bad. Real bad.
What's Mike's opinion on Shiro Gorov?
Oh, Sugarov?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. How can you hate on the Sugarov?
They're expensive, but it's like
They're
what's-
so
what's-
clean.
What's the hit? Yeah, what's
I know
the hit
it's
on?
titanium and
What
M390
is-
and ball bearings and super clean and centered,
It's
and
probably like one of the best knife companies in the world. They're Russian.
they're Russian.
Oh,
Yeah.
Russian.
so do they?
You've
like,
seen them. They have the they
Oh.
have the flathead screws that are like
Yeah.
rounded on one
Yeah.
end, so you can only you see.
Is it?
Plus,
Is
they
it
got a little bear on them.
Yeah, they got a little bear
Isn't
on
that
them.
the guy who always wins the raffles and always
Yeah,
wins?
Hardy.
the-
That's Hardy.
Hardy.
Hardy. That's fucking Hardy, who wins all the raffles. And I was like, how do you win all these raffles? He goes, well, I participate in a lot of raffles.
It's a numbers game.
Yeah, exactly.
I once asked Hardy, I was like, I feel like I should get in these raffles. He's like, the dark road.
It's a real dark road.
You don't.
Well, I mean, every time I see the wall of guns, I throw $20 at it.
Well, face. If you really want this answered, you gotta ask Hardy. And them motherfuckers are sure a good
He
off.
thinks they're okay.
They're okay, which is why we probably get them
They're
on a regular basis.
okay. They're okay. I only own 6.
They're fine.
Man.
They cut things.
As we come up on the top of the hour here, we'll answer questions for a few more moments, and then we're going to call it a night, and you guys can enjoy the rest of your evening.
Well, I mean, you can enjoy it as much as you can without us.
No, seriously. Oh, here we go. Any new Protecker Striders in the shop? Yes, and yes.
Yeah. Oh, actually, we're kind of we're pretty heavy on Protex recently.
Yeah. I suppose we got some good Godfathers in.
Yeah.
We sold the operator that we had, but we have a Cocobolo, a Snakewood, and a carbon fiber Godfather.
Godfather.
Yeah. We got Strider side. We got that .75 AR, which is a DLT exclusive in S90. Pretty cool.
Yeah. Dude, when they bring out that Strider auto in that CPM D2, I'll be all over it.
It's gonna be great.
Are they?
Well, we even talked to Protec, and they were like, "Hey, we got a lot of people expressing interest.
Yeah.
So if we all pool, we can get a custom round made." And we're like, "Oh, we're in. Just let us know."
Yeah.
But
Okay.
we haven't heard.
They
it,
always
so-
have.
I have to ask. Several people keep asking, "What is a Malibu?"
We
It's
get
kind of
all these
rum,
Malibus,
and then it's
everyone
got, like,
wants them,
coconut
and we
flavor.
sell them. So
But I would really recommend it because that shit's not very good.
It's a girly drink drunk rum.
It's a high trim level Chevelle.
It's the shittiest. Although, have you seen
No,
the
man,
new
I had
Chevy
that
Malibus?
On the beach in Pensacola Beach, and it was awful.
Have you seen the new Chevy Malibus, like the 2020s, 2019 Chevy
No.
Malibus? I hate that I like them. They look good. Okay, sorry. Let's default to Alistair, who actually knows what fucking Malibus are.
the Protec Malibu, we've gotten we've probably gotten like 8 of them in over the course of the past couple of months. But they sell in a week, so we don't
Yeah.
have any now. When we
But
get
so many of them sell on a phone call. Like they don't even hit the shelf. You're just like, got a Malibu.
Yeah, there you
They
go.
come in, they come in, they come in. Yeah.
But then I don't even know why everyone likes them. They're great. They're fine.
I don't know why anybody likes them.
Why everyone likes them. Anybody. I like them too. But it's, I don't know.
No
They're
go
fine.
on the Zveer Shaman.
Yeah.
We don't have them.
Well, the Shaman is we're trying. It's a problem. We wanted to do our next Colorful Filth collaboration with the Shaman, but it's probably a no-go because they're like 30,000 units on back order.
Because the Shaman is the best Spider Co ever made.
Yeah.
No one's going to argue that.
Yeah. I mean, so I'm thinking PM2, PM3. You know what I'd like to do is I'd like to do a fucking Nirvana. That's going to be a $600 knife.
God. That would have to be like, we'd have to do that like Quaken style where like we have 24 of these.
Yeah.
You can't do
That's going to be
that.
hard as shit. Yeah. Mass dropping that, like
Yeah.
300 Nirvanas. Oh
fuck,
my
yeah.
God. Dude, I'd eat a bullet.
Oh, yeah.
Then
But-
wake up the next morning.
But
'cause you're
the
unlucky.
Nirvana is badass. But
yeah.
I mean, trying to do that, like I said, it's $400 just on its own.
Yeah.
And then now we got to modify it. Ooh.
Oh, Kevin Kidder is still looking for an old Western Bowie.
He's always looking for old Western Bowies, Kevin.
We get him in every once in a while. I know.
No, we do.
I personally-
No. The last one we got in, I specifically called him and let him know.
Yeah, I've had 2 in my hands in the past year.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I've got 2 on the website that are less than a year old.
Inventory control says.
I don't think so. I disagree.
Survey says.
I disagree.
Meh.
Was it a year and a half ago then?
I mean, I've been here for almost 2 years, so I don't think so.
The very last one we had in, I knew specifically, and I even talked to him. And I was like, call Kevin.
Yeah.
He had the very last one we had in.
You know what? I know we had a couple.
And he did buy it.
One
Yeah,
of them was
yeah.
a Bowie.
Yeah.
Maybe the other one wasn't.
I always make
I
sure
don't
that anytime we get a Western Bowie, honestly,
Yeah.
it's always either Kevin or there's going to be somebody else that's going to buy it. Very rarely do they have to go
What
on
about
the-
a cheaper collab, like a Lynch Pry and another knife collab?
That's kind of interesting. Like a Lynch pry bar. Okay, well that actually might be something there. I don't know. Might not have wide enough mass appeal.
Yeah,
We'll,
that's true.
Yeah,
we'll throw
I
that
don't
on the
know.
board.
But that's definitely a thought though.
Yeah, I don't know. I was kind of thinking, I don't know. I was trying to think of something like mass appeal. PM2, I think, is pretty good.
What if it's like a Lynch pry bar and like a pair of 3, and like as like a set?
I'm fine with that.
That could be kind of nice.
Yeah, I would do that. That'd be cool.
But I wonder how.
Could we do like a
many
wage
pry bars
slave
we could get.
motif where it's just people banging their heads against desk and some sort of death theme on it?
Well, you're going to have to talk to Colored Wolf Phil about
I
that.
know.
Because he does the artwork.
I know. But
Man, I can draw up whatever you want, but nobody knows who the fuck I am, so my art don't mean shit.
I'm just thinking of like a
I can
little,
draw Care Bears. You want some Care Bears?
I'm thinking of like a pry bar and a wage slave kind of desk knife, and I'm like, yeah, that to me that fits some dude banging his head to bloody pulp in a computer board. All right. At this point, we're going to go ahead and call it a night. Thank you for joining us.
Now Zach comes in. Now Zach comes in.
No, wait.
9:25.
No, wait. Go back to dinosaur art. Because his name on Reddit is fucking Dinosaur Muskets. And
How did you?
Oh, your anonymity is fucking toast.
God.
I didn't mean to dox you.
I feel like that would scratch the pry bar. Oh, if it's titanium.
Well,
it
you got,
wouldn't.
this much of the bar and this much of the pry. So all the art and the pry.
There's a lot of real estate
All right.
to work with.
Yeah.
Can we end this? I really need to stand up.
All right, folks. You all have a great evening. I'm sorry, Zach, that you joined late. IM us or email us if you want to talk and have.
Stop
a great
into the shop. We're always here. I'll talk to
Yeah.
you then, but I just need to stand up.